Hey, it's Adam with ROAS Media, and today I want to help you as an HVAC contractor find better keywords for your ads account. A lot of times we go into an ads account, and usually the company we're helping out has a bunch of broad match keywords, has the biggest keywords you can possibly have, and they're expecting those to convert and convert well in their area. And that's usually not the case. Usually you have to get a little more granular with the keywords that you have. So inside the Google Keywords Ad Planner, it's inside here, Keyword Planner. And once you get to the Keyword Planner, you're going to hit Discover New Keywords. So this is just one technique we use to find better keywords for our ads. You're going to start with a broad keyword. So let's say you want to sell more furnaces. You're going to insert furnace. Whatever the service line you're advertising for is, you're going to insert the service line here. So air conditioners, heat pumps, furnaces, boilers, combi boilers, whatever it is. Insert that in here. Make sure you have your location. So we're just going to do Austin, Texas, because why not? Austin, Texas. All right. Save. Usually I like to use Google only, no search partners, in the last 12 months of data. So furnaces in Austin, you can see that they spike up in about February. And then after that, it's kind of steady until it spikes back up again. So furnace is a keyword we're going after, and we want to sell more of. In our account, you can see most of these are inside our account already, but we're going to expand our keyword listing. So we found the keywords that are based around furnaces, 622 of them. You can take those and run with them. But if you want to refine that a little further, let's say you want to advertise for services, we're going to go inside the filter here. So just find the filter, it's just underneath the graph chart. It says add filter. Click in it, keyword. We're going to do a semantic match keyword. And we're going to do service. Service will capture repair as well. So you can see all the keywords here that have something to do with a furnace service. So replacement's not really a service, installation's not really a service. So make sure you tune this a little bit because Google doesn't always get it right. You have 59 keywords here to choose from. This should be able to take you pretty far, especially if you're not spending over, let's say, $4,000 or $5,000 on one service line. These keywords are probably good enough to take you far for what you're looking for. Now, we're going to do a step farther because we typically advertise for installations. Usually people don't call us up to scale their service teams, just call us up to scale their installation teams. So for us, we know semantic match install will take us pretty far. So we're going to get into all the keywords that have something to do with installing a new furnace. So usually you're going to see replacements here, installations, costs, and these are the ones we actually want to go after. So if you can look in our account, we don't really have much of these in here. So we're going to take a lot of these and go after them. What we're looking for low competitive keywords, hardly any bid here. So furnace installation. That's not very competitive, low competition, but the bid here is high. Usually, depending on your click-through rate, your conversion rate on your website, that's probably why this doesn't have very much competition, because usually conversion rates are pretty abysmal for contractors because they run everything to their homepage. So this might be a keyword, because we have dedicated landing pages, this might be a keyword that's good for us. But typically what you're looking for is average search volume. So for this, average would be 20 to 30. Usually 10 is kind of low, but we see a bunch of 10s here. So we're going to keep refining our keywords so we get a good match. So we're going to take this batch, add it to a new keyword plan, and use most of these keywords as a phrase match in a new campaign. But we're looking for either low to medium competition. Competition doesn't really matter. If you have a good landing page, then no bid or low bids. So these $12 is pretty low for a contractor. And then no competition. So this one right here. Oil furnace replacement costs. No one's bidding on it. Doesn't have any competition. If you do oil furnaces, this might be a golden keyword for you. Home Depot furnace installation. No one's been on that for obvious reasons. Furnace cost and installation. It looks like no one's really bidding on it. Doesn't have that many searches a month. But January and February, where it's important and might be good to do it. So it's no bid. No bid. You can usually get these types of clicks for pretty cheap. So that's one way to find new keywords, to refine them a little better. Estimates. And just play around with the semantic match here. I don't want repairs, so I can add a new filter and exclude any keyword that has repair. Semantic match. So these are the keywords that Google's telling us drives estimates, but doesn't include repairs. I wouldn't trust them that much, but you can take a look down here and see furnace installation, 50 searches a month. It's pretty expensive of a keyword. Not much competition though, so we're going to try it out. Train XE80, so that's an exact match for a Train 80% furnace. 50 searches a month. No keyword bids. Pretty decent competition. The competition is probably based on broad match. Most people, if it doesn't have a direct bid, it has high competition. Usually that's a broad match keyword, or a keyword that pops up during broad match, so you can probably have a low bid and still get these searches pretty well. Cost of a new HVAC system, $4 to $12. Competition score is pretty high. So let's look at this one, 14. Train XV80, so I guess this is a two-stage 80% furnace. 30 bids, 30 searches a month. No searches, hardly any competition. So this is a prime keyword, especially if you have a landing page that has dedicated train landing page. That's how you have to do it if you're bidding on branded keywords. So Train, Goodman, whatever is Lennox, whatever is good in your area, or whatever people use in your area. If you're bidding on a branded keyword, Google's not going to serve your ads very well until you show them that you have a branded landing page. And typically that requires a manual review. I've been on the phone with Google a bunch, trying to get these landing pages. They're trying to get the keywords out of the limited targeting phase. So you have to have a landing page that serves as Train directly. New furnace cost, 20, pretty high competition, but pretty low bids for this type of keyword. So you can go down here and find ones that work pretty well for you. American Standard. All right, so we're going to take an out estimate, and we're going to do price. Price, estimate, install cost are all good to find estimates. So this one has a low bid for a estimate keyword. Not that much competition. I know competition is high here. 82 is fairly high. HVAC replacement cost. So we would use this as an exact match in our account if it has a pretty high bid, high competition. Usually we put those in the exact matches. Cost in the HVAC system. This would be an exact match as well. Furnace replacement cost. You can do this as a phrase match, but the bid should be the average of these two. So 545 plus, so it's around $23 divided by 2 is going to be around $11, $12 as your bid. And usually we do manual bidding. We don't typically do automated bidding like maximize clicks, maximize conversions until the account is seasoned enough so Google has enough information to find people who actually are going to convert. But Linux furnace prices, this looks like a pretty steady keyword. Yep, looks like it's pretty steady all year. No one's really bidding on it. There are no bids here. Gas furnace prices, that's probably a good one for us. High competition. Ooh, $6. Electric furnace cost. So this is an air handler. People typically don't call them air handlers. They don't usually know what those are. I've been in the field selling a bunch. Probably sold about close to $5 million worth of HVAC equipment. I think it's right a little over $4.5 million. And I wouldn't say not one person, but hardly anybody knew they had an air handler and that air handler. They call it an electric furnace. Furnace installation cost. No bid. So this, you can see that you can have pretty juicy keywords. Make sure you take these out of here, put them in phrase match and not broad match, because, you know, broad match is kind of just, I would like to say, blowing in the wind and expecting it to be a storm. So you play around with the filters, take out repair keywords, take out service keywords. I'll even add that in here. Whoops, clear filters. And then you can find keywords here. So that's a good way to find, that's one good way to find little known keywords that people probably aren't bidding on directly in your area. But if they put furnace in their account, they're bidding on everything. So they're not bidding on directly in your area, that you can get for pretty cheap if you do a phrase or an exact match for this type of stuff. So hopefully this helps you, and we'll talk to you soon.